Good evening, friends of Wealthy with you, friends of Wealth Wednesday. Here we are again. We hope you're doing well. And we trust that you continue to learn, you continue to benefit from our content. So if you're learning, you're enjoying what we are sharing, our request is that you continue to invite your friends to like our content, to engage with our content, to share with your friends. Let's reach as many people as possible. And so from the time we started talking about investing in the circle, investing in the money market fund, we've received a lot of queries from people asking, how do we make money by investing in the circle? How do we make money by investing in the money market funds? And so today we would like to introduce the subject of compound interest in our way of explaining to you how you earn by investing either in the circle or in the money market fund. Today we would like to show you how, and it is by talking about the subject of compound interest. It has actually been called the eighth wonder of the world, compound interest. If you're interested in growing your personal finances, then you must consider this thing that we are calling compound interest. Compound interest means that if I invest today, I get a return tomorrow. I do not withdraw that return. Instead, I put it back and it becomes part of the principal, and it also begins to earn for me as my principal is earning. Therefore, in short, what we are saying, for you to gain by investing in the circle, in the money market fund, you must be willing to plow back the interest that you earn at the end of the day or at the end of the year. And just to give an example, if, for example, in the beginning of the year, say you buy a money market fund from whichever supplier, and we said you can go online, there are many suppliers of money market funds. You decide you're going to buy a money market fund worth 10,000 shillings. If, for example, the rate they give on a daily basis, cumulatively at the end of the year is, for example, 10%. So it means at the end of that year, you will have earned 1,000 shillings. So instead of going and withdrawing that 1,000 and leaving your investment of 10,000, assume that you put it back so that now your investment as we begin next year is 11,000. You leave the 11,000 there. At the end of the next year, when the interest is being calculated, if it's another 10%, it will be 10% of 11,000. So if you continue doing that, at the end of 10 years, your own contribution in the money market fund will be your initial 10,000, then plus whatever you have been plowing back. And now the total earning from that will be something like 20,456 in 10 years. So that now your 10,000 is your initial investment. Then on top of that, your interest earned over the years. We are assuming consistently every year, whichever money market fund it is, has been giving you a return of 10%. You will have earned another 20,456 over 10 years. So that now, if at the 10 years, now you want to withdraw, you want to close your money market fund, and you want to withdraw your earnings. So you will into 30,456,000. So that is how much you will have earned in 10 years. But if you decide to withdraw your annual earnings or your daily earnings, it means you will never really see the benefit of investing in the money market fund, because the interest that you earn on a daily basis is very little if you take it out every month or every year. But cumulatively, when you invest back that interest, then that is what earns for you. And this is what we are calling compound interest. As we conclude, I'd like to just give another example of if you decided to open an investment Like for example, Safaricom runs an investment program called the Mbao Pension Fund, where you deposit 20 shillings on a daily basis. And then you let that money be compounded. 20 shillings looks like something very little. I mean, 20 shillings is what is lying in your handbag, is what is lying in a drawer somewhere. You hardly ever think about it. But imagine if you decided to deposit in that Mbao pension plan 20 shillings every day. At the end of, let's say, 30 years, if you do that diligently, you have adopted the long-term view that we are saying, and you've decided you want to earn from compound interest. At the end of 1 year, if you put aside 20 shillings every day, you will have saved 7,300 shillings at the end of 1 year. So if you consistently do that for 20 years, for 30 years, let's say at 30 years is when you want now to remove your money or to check what is it that you have been earning. If this money earns an interest of, assuming 10%, we're just making an assumption here because normally the interest rates returns in Kenya will range anywhere from 7 all the way to 12%. On a very good year, you might get generally 12%. On a very bad year, 7%. So if we just take an average of 10% every year to compensate for the times when things are not very good and for the times when things are good. So we take an average of annually 10%. So in 30 years, your own contributions of 20 shillings every day will be 200,000 and 216,000. 20 shillings every day times 30 years, your contribution will be 216,000. But the interest that you earn from that compounding will be 1,042,000. Think about that. 20 shillings. If you put aside 20 shillings every day, you can decide to do it either every day or you can decide you will be doing it every month. What is 20,000 times 30? That is 600 shillings. Put aside every month 600 shillings for 30 years. Assuming you get a return of 10%, which is possible, and then you earn from now the compound interest. Whatever it is you earn, you don't remove. You just keep quiet and wait out the 30 years. You will be able to get your 216,000 plus 1,042,000. That is just by saving 20 shillings every day. So imagine if you decided, instead of just saving 20 shillings, I'm going to save 50 shillings or 100 shillings. You can then download a compound interest calculator on your phone, on your laptop, and just do the numbers, and you will see how much you are likely to get. This is for us to say that whether you are investing in shares in the you're investing in shares in a cooperative society or a SACCO, or you're investing in the money market fund, then what you should be aiming for is the compound interest, not really the annual interest that you get. You withdraw it, you go and do other things or enjoy yourself, but you're looking at a long-term view. On the minimum, our recommendation is that let your money earn for you for at least 10 years. That is when you'll be able to get something that we call substantial. So there you are. That is how you earn from investments, not necessarily just shares or money market funds, wherever other place that you invest. If you want to get good fruits, you must be willing to let your money get compounded. So there you are. We continue with the series of money market funds. Soon we shall be coming to a conclusion of that program, and we shall look at something else that we will talk about.